All right, welcome to this explainer. Look, starting a career in machine learning is, frankly, incredibly lucrative right now. We're talking starting salaries easily hitting that $150,000 to $200,000 range. But here's the crazy part. Most people who actually try to learn machine learning, they just quit, usually within the first 6 months. And no, they don't quit because the math is impossible. They quit because they waste months focusing on literally all the wrong things. So today, we're going to fix that. We are mapping out exactly how to learn this stuff without spinning your wheels.
So here's our agenda for today. We're starting with the machine learning trap, then we'll hit Python and practical math. After that, core models and deep learning, then the actual skills that get you hired, and finally we'll wrap up with the ultimate learning strategy.
Okay, diving right in. Section 1, the machine learning trap.
You see, there's this massive disconnect between how people think they should learn and what actually works. The wrong way? It's falling straight into the academic trap. People will literally spend 3 solid months binge-watching lecture series and memorizing these insanely complex linear algebra proofs, but they never actually sit down to train a single model. The right way is what we call the build-first methodology. This means prioritizing hands-on coding and building projects right out of the gate. You just learn the theory as you need it instead of front-loading months of abstract math.
It really boils down to this just-in-time learning philosophy. Honestly, it's way better to just build something and watch it fail first. You can always learn the theory later. You're going to learn so much more by struggling through an actual project than you ever will by passively reading another textbook. When you hit a wall in your code, right then and there, that's exactly when you go look up the theory you need to get past it.
All right, let's move on to Section 2, Python and practical math.
This is where the rubber meets the road, and you absolutely must start with Python. Not Julia, not R. Python. You want to dedicate a solid 3 to 4 weeks strictly to getting comfortable here. Start with the core syntax, variables, loops, functions, lists, basic object-oriented programming. Once you've got that, start writing small command line programs. Think like a simple text-based game or a script that reads a file. You don't need to be a Python master at this point, but you need enough fluency to read ML code before you jump into step 3, which is mastering the key libraries. And speaking of libraries, there are 3 absolute essentials you're going to use almost every single day. NumPy is your engine for arrays and math operations. Pandas, that is your total workhorse for manipulating massive datasets. And Matplotlib is what you'll use for data visualization and plotting all your graphs. The really good news here is that even just a focused 1-hour tutorial on each of these can give you a surprisingly solid foundation.
Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, the math. Look, I know it can seem incredibly intimidating, but a high-level conceptual understanding is so much more important than being able to derive complex proofs from scratch on a whiteboard. Yes, you need math for sure, but you need basic familiarity, not a PhD in theory. For linear algebra, just understand vectors and dot products. For probability, get a handle on Bayes' theorem and distributions. Calculus, just understand the basic idea behind a derivative and gradients. If you can wrap your head around those concepts and what they actually represent, you have plenty to get started.
Which brings us to Section 3, core models and deep learning.
So there are 2 main categories of classical machine learning you've got to get comfortable with. On one side, we have supervised learning. This includes your bread and butter algorithms like linear and logistic regression, decision trees, random forests, and support vector machines. On the flip side, unsupervised learning covers things like k-means clustering and PCA, which stands for Principal Component Analysis, used for dimensionality reduction. Your absolute go-to tool for all of this is the scikit-learn library. Start using these algorithms to build small projects immediately, like, predicting housing prices or clustering customer segments.
Now, once you've got a really firm grip on those classical models, the very next logical step is deep learning. Deep learning is essentially using advanced neural networks to solve highly complex tasks. You'll need to understand concepts like neurons, layers, activation functions, and forward and backward passes. And the framework you absolutely should focus on here is PyTorch. Yes, TensorFlow is still around, but PyTorch is truly dominating both research and production standards as of 2026.
Within the deep learning space, there are a few crucial architectures you have to explore. Start simple with feed-forward neural networks. Then move over to CNNs, convolutional neural networks, which are absolutely fantastic for image tasks. Then you've got RNNs and LSTMs for handling sequence data. And finally, transformers. This is the exact architecture powering all of today's modern large language models. You don't have to build a transformer from scratch on day one, obviously, but understanding how they work, especially the concept of attention, is absolutely key.
It stops modern AI from feeling like some magic black box.
All right, let's pivot to Section 4, skills that get you hired. Here is a truth bomb. A massive part of a machine learning engineer's actual job is not just building some cool model in an isolated notebook. It's making sure that model can actually be used by real people in the real world. That brings us to MLOps, or machine learning operations. This is all about deploying, monitoring, and serving models reliably using tools like Docker, FastAPI, and CI/CD pipelines. Frankly, if you can train a great model, but you have zero clue how to deploy it, you're going to get cut from the interview process super fast.
And the reality of production? Well, it's a stark contrast to those clean, perfect data sets you find in tutorials. In the real industry, like 80% of your work is literally just parsing and cleaning messy, missing data. Nobody ever warns you about that. You'll also need to master feature engineering, where your domain knowledge almost always beats out your algorithm choice. Plus, you have to know version control. Regular Git, sure, but also ML-specific tools like MLflow and weights and biases. And lastly, you have to know your way around at least one major cloud platform, whether that's AWS, GCP, or Azure.
Moving into the home stretch, Section 5, the ultimate learning strategy.
Let's talk about the absolute golden ratio of tech education, the 70-30 learning rule. You should be spending 70% of your time building hands-on projects, breaking things, making mistakes, and writing actual code. Only 30% of your time should go toward watching tutorials and reading theory. The reason so many self-taught programmers burn out or fail is because they completely reverse this ratio and end up stuck in this endless tutorial purgatory. To keep yourself on track, you really just need to follow 3 simple rules. First, learn in public. Post your messy code on GitHub, talk about your current projects on LinkedIn. Recruiters hire based on what you've actually built, so showing off your work is absolutely crucial. Second, do not tutorial hop. Pick one structured resource and actually finish the whole shebang to build some real momentum. And third, build end-to-end projects. Taking an idea all the way from messy data collection to a final live deployment, that is your ultimate secret weapon to stand out to hiring managers. So how does this actually map out over time? Well, if you apply that 70-30 rule and stay incredibly disciplined, here is a highly realistic timeline for you. Months 1 and 2, that's for locking down your Python and math basics. Months 3 and 4, you move into core models using scikit-learn. Months 5 and 6, you plunge straight into deep learning with PyTorch. And finally, months 7 through 9 are completely dedicated to mastering MLOps, cloud platforms, and deployment. That's the ultimate promise of this explainer right there. With focused, targeted work, becoming job-ready in 6 to 9 months is entirely achievable.
Which brings us to the end of our roadmap today, and I want to leave you with one critical question to ponder. Will you stay stuck in the theory trap, or are you ready to